sorry to freak you out. Yeah. Then you were coming out and you were sleeping because of
So, yeah, so they got no going on. I'm so glad the session is over.
That's still got mine. That's still got
Yeah, I'm down in Austin. We're both getting ready to head out for
And then I went on Wednesday. Going to the one channel. And you go to the output. Yeah. I'm going to. I guess we gotta fill with this. Okay. I'm thinking, is it not doing once the batteries are too low? Adapter. Or there's a couple things I ran into before where the batteries, if they get too low, they won't go as far. Yeah.
And when is it? Okay. All right.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
This weather's not helping either.
No.
I'm like,
One
all
of
the
those-
days that have to come in.
Just want to relax at home. Yeah. Yeah, and then I went to bed like at 8:30. I don't ever go to bed at 8:30.
Well, I couldn't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep the past few nights. And the worst too is when you are tossing and turning and you're thinking, oh, it's been 30 minutes. You go and check, it's like an hour and a half. Like, I'm still awake. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
I woke up at 4 and I'm like, I can't go back to sleep. Then I finally went back to sleep for like a 6. I'm like, no.
yeah, so this ain't work.
Oh my God. Oh, nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I noticed.
I was like, this is hard. This alarm, I set this alarm for some long time.
We don't want that screen in there, do we? I mean, a TV.
That's all it's going to be up there.
How's the baby doing? Almost 2. And they said tell me 2 is on the way to. Tell me 3 is on the way to.
Like, she goes like limb, like, just throws her body down and tantrums. It's one of those. Yeah, and I just don't even know what to do. Like, it'd be good to start.
Yeah, you're good. Recording.
Good morning.
All right.
be aware the camera will be our live streaming this for other members of the campus community to join us today. So thank you everyone for coming to the Spring 2023 Care Award celebration. My name is Jennifer Klunk. My pronouns are she, her, and I have the honor of being staff council president for the 2022-23 year. One of my favorite parts of serving as president is the Care Awards. Since 1989, Staff Council has presented 12 Care Awards each year, bringing our total recipients to 288 over 24 years. This is just a fraction of the amazing staff community that has made this campus capable of leading at the speed of right to broadband communications. Care Award honorees demonstrate superior performance, offer outstanding customer service, and perform acts that enhance the image of the university. As a reminder, Care Award nominees must be a staff member who is a regular employee, appointed at least 50% for at least 6 months at the level of director or below to be eligible. To get us started, I would like to welcome to the podium our president, Dr. Richard Benson.
So thank you, Jennifer, and welcome everybody. So nice to have you here. I'm only going to sort of follow my script here. This is one of my favorite events during the year. It's such a joy to hear about some of the most exemplary employees that we have at UTD, and it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel very, very confident about the future of this university, and we are doing very, very well. And I recognize that as a group, you supply so much of the talent that we find also in our faculty and our students. In other words, without you, they would not have the success that they enjoy in those capacities. I also think of the fact that oftentimes you are the first people that people see when they meet, when they come to campus. They meet you and they see you first. And you do so many things to sort of show the face of this university to the outside world. I know too that we often take for granted a number of things, and here I do want to follow a list that I put down. You keep our buildings clean and our landscaping beautiful. You respond to our technology needs. You protect our campus. You recruit, welcome, and assist our growing student body. You engage with our alumni, visitors, and friends, and you ensure that we can succeed in our mission. So I note that we would not and we could not be where we are today if it weren't for you and all the remarkable things that you do. So today, this morning, we will celebrate 6 staff members that have earned the recognition in the spring and will be honored in the order printed in the program. So the way this works is that Jennifer will introduce each recipient and their supervisor or nominator. We will then document the award group with a photo at the end of the presentations. So again, thank you for your dedication to our university and for being exemplars of the very best employees of UT Dallas. Take care. I'm the Vanna White.
We're doing everybody's stage marks this time. Thank you, Dr. Benson. Each Care Award recipient will receive a framed certificate and an engraved clock in recognition of their efforts for the UT Dallas campus community. To begin our presentation with the Spring 2023 honorees, I would like to recognize Asa Claiborne and her, who will have comments given by Dan Goodwin.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? It's truly an honor to be with our recipients today. I have the privilege this morning to share a few words about Asia Claiborne, which I must say is going to be quite a challenge to keep my remarks brief. I have a firm belief that to be successful in higher ed, one must first believe that the work has a purpose, and then one must believe that they are the ones who are uniquely equipped to do the work. And this is what I believe about Asia Claiborne. Asia came to UTD back in November of 2021, and soon thereafter she was thrust into a leadership role within our department leading student-led programs. This was roughly 8 months into the job. I can remember heading into the 2022 fall semester witnessing a professional who knew their why, who believed that the work was worth it, but she wasn't quite sure yet that she was the person to do it. About midway through the fall semester, I saw this young professional who was starting to find her groove, and that her confidence level started to match her reason for the work. This past May, her program areas designed and implemented a complete restructuring of the organization chart based on best practices, and her gained wisdom and confidence that it was the right way forward. All of this growth was a little over a full year into a new position at a new institution. Most professionals would not progress that quickly, but few professionals are Asia Claiborne. The other thing I wanted to share with you about Asia is rooted in something I observed about our desire to get the outcomes. Whether it's a student killing it in their computer science course, or a student who turned their college experience around because they attended a program, learned something new, and met some great new friends, those are the outcomes that we live for. But we don't always acknowledge the work that goes into maximizing those outcomes. I wish you all got to see how hard Asia works. I wish you all got to see how intentional Asia is about the work. I wish you all got to see how meticulous Asia is about planning a program, down to the very smallest of detail. In 2022-2023, her program areas hosted over 50 programs and events on campus, surpassing 10,000 attendees, which in my 7 years here at UTD has been the largest combined attendance number we've ever had in student life programs. So that's quite the number of outcomes if you ask me, but it's in the process to get there where Asia really separates herself. It's the 50 to 60 hour weeks she routinely puts in, the long conversations we have about her students and how they should be led and be led. What Asia understands immensely is that these are not just programs, they are experiences. They are stories our students get to carry with them, and Asia carries a tremendous amount of pride and sense of responsibility for that. Lastly, the coolest thing about me being able to recognize Asia this morning is that I literally had nothing to do with it. I must confess, I did not nominate Asia for this award, and I'll explain why that makes me extremely proud. Asia, from the moment she arrived here at UTD, got involved with her peers. She became a part of the Student Affairs DEI Task Force, and she became a leader and now president of the Young Professionals ERG, from which the Spring Care Award nomination came from. She's being recognized today, not because her supervisor saw something in her that others did not, but quite literally she is being recognized today because many of her peers saw the same thing I do. We see a professional who is a person first, who has a purpose, who is clear-eyed, and who would drop anything to be there for her fellow colleagues and students. In an upcoming year where our challenge to make our campus feel inclusive is going to take just that much more intentionality, I am glad that Asia is on my team. We are fortunate that we have somebody here at UTD like Asia Claiborne. Thank you.
Next, we have Pearl Gutierrez, who will have comments given by Marita Yancey.
The shorty one needs to know this night. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here today to honor our Pearl Gutierrez, who's our benefits manager for the last 4 years at UTD. And it's been amazing to see Pearl grow since she came at UTD. She's very caring, and really a lot of faculty and staff love her, and even the students. She helps them every step of the way in enrollments and everything that they need. If you see Pearl in the room, watch it. You're going to get a hug. She is a hugger, so and that's what she's known for. She's very caring, and she shines brightly every day. She enables the success of others, as our mission stipulates. She goes definitely above and beyond every single moment that she helps others, and I truly admire her for that. She portrays a positive image for UTD in everything that she does. I'm I'm almost gonna cry here. I was really touched by how she took care of a couple of our faculty who had the hardest situation in their lives. And she just really took care of them and even went to their homes and cared for the family, that she really helped them in the moments when it's needed. And I appreciate you for doing that, Pearl. It's really truly remarkable. She truly exemplifies the human resource professional standard and competencies, which is service excellence, initiative, collaborative, and integrity. And she collaborates with a lot of our UT institution family, and they also love her because she is such a positive influence for them and for the university. And I'm honored to have her in my team. So thank you, Pearl, very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Wendy Kavanaugh is next, and we'll have comments given by Dean Donald Skinner.
So one of the things when I arrived at UT Dallas was, and the Honors College, was recognizing what amazing staff there were, and none more so than Wendy Kavanaugh. So through her energy, creativity, and breadth of knowledge, Wendy Kavanaugh is vital for making the Honors College operate efficiently and in an inviting, student-centered fashion. Wendy is simply marvelous at managing both big and small events, which are executed flawlessly. And Wendy always seems completely unflappable. My first speech, I had to, like, this microphone went dead, and she's just like calm as anything, and I'm thinking, ah! And she often handles the smallest logistical details while simultaneously acting as the MC in front of large audiences. Wendy demonstrates excellent judgment, is reliable, and always gives encouragement to her colleagues, making herself available to help others with their goals and projects. She's the consummate team player. Wendy is extremely well liked by her peers in the Honors College and brings good cheer, and she has a really wicked sense of humor to the office culture. She has also been instrumental in building a spirit of service within the Honors College by spearheading volunteer events. She really is the consummate professional. So here are some big picture examples of Wendy's impact. Working with Valerie Brunel, she has been instrumental in the successful recruitment and growth of the number of National Merit Scholars at UTD. The National Merit Scholars Program, of which she's the Assistant Director, soon to be Associate Director, is currently 5th largest in the United States and first in Texas. When she started, the incoming class of National Merits was at 86 students, and last fall there were 227. Wendy plans and executes over 6 separate recruitment events for these finalists from across the country. She is often the first person that families and prospective students meet. She makes the families who come into our offices feel welcome, attended to, and importantly, heard. Wendy also manages our National Merit Ambassador Program, which includes selecting, training, and supervising current members of the National Merit Scholars Program to act as tour guides, provide accurate answers, and campus diplomats. Wendy spearheaded and managed the inaugural SPUR event. That's the summer program for undergraduate research, and it's coming up again on the 28th of July. So please come to that. Last year there were over 190 participants, and this is not just limited to STEM students. And under her skilled leadership, this program will continue to grow. And quite honestly, if Wendy was not overseeing this event, we would struggle to make it happen, let alone envisage this anticipated growth. Wendy has also been instrumental in the expansion of the Clark program, the Clark Summer Research Program. And I saw this firsthand a couple of weeks ago. The program had around 30 students when it moved over to honors, and has now grown to approximately 80 students last year. Such growth has required a scaling up of event planning and oversight, and this is a really Herculean task. And the fact that it can run at this scale with few staff is really testament alone to her strengths. And lastly, Wendy is a regular volunteer at commencement ceremonies, Viva volunteer days, voter registration drives, and corporate challenge. She takes students on in-person and virtual tours of the Dallas Art Museums, and she initiated and oversees our participation in Comet Giving Day for the Honors College, and she regularly donates to the Comet Code herself. So, as is really clearly evident here, she's just an exemplary member of the college and of UTD, and just does a phenomenal job. So.
Thank you. And next, Lauren Kirby will have comments given by Jersey Viva.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to have a chance to speak on behalf of Lauren Cody. She joined the International Students and Scholars Office in February 2010. She's been one of our veterans for the last 13 years. She started off on the Perspective team, supporting students up to a year before they even arrive in the United States, answering questions about what life is like in the US, how am I going to get my visa, what do I need to do? She was promoted into being an International Student Advisor 1, providing the full range of services, not only for prospective students, but adding current students and alumni who we support for up to 3 years after they graduate. She was then promoted to being a senior advisor, handling the most advanced cases, the most complicated and sticky issues, supervising new staff, and onboarding new advisors. She survived and she persisted for 13 years of difficult times, organizational changes, and times when we got to the point where our staff-student ratio was 1 to 2,000 students. Okay? She did not give up. She did not resign. She stayed, and through it all, she mentored new staff. Anytime we'd have a new staff in their first professional job, she would take them under their wing. She would tell them not only how to do the job, but also how to be a professional. She mentored working mothers and taught them, you can make it work, you can do it, and she shared her advice, contributing to a guide that we have in our office for new working mothers. She demonstrated the value that is most important in the ISSO, which is resilience in the face of hardship and the ability to be reborn and continue to grow. On the side, she volunteered to join the case management team, which is something that we realized some of our international students just needed some extra help. And what used to be something that took maybe an hour on a Friday turned into a large-scale effort. Lauren started and eventually became the sole person providing important student success initiatives and was promoted to International Student Success Specialist. She is a one-woman office. If you have an international student who is on academic probation, or whose country suddenly descends into civil war, or whose financial sponsor passes away, or inflation robs them of their ability to pay, if the student is scammed out of next year's or next semester's tuition, if the student is dealing with a major medical challenge that precludes them from leaving the country or studying in person, she is there to support them. She stands at the intersection of advanced immigration knowledge and student support services for all of the young adults and the challenges that they face so far from their family and their support system. A student who has been with us for a decade, right? For the year before she came to the US, through her PhD program, now in her, as an alumni who we still sponsor and who is planning on immigrating to the U.S., says that Lauren has the biggest heart ever. A decade of supporting a student who came from a country that left her with a lot of challenges due to the political and social situation. And she's right. She has the biggest heart ever. Our work in immigration and student services is not easy, but I can always count on Lauren to be the embodiment of care. She always says that her rule is simple: just treat people with respect, how she wants to be treated when she is going through her hardest times. So Lauren, thank you for all of your work and all of the care you provide to our most needy international students.
Thank you. Courtney Lozano is next, and will have comments given by Dr. Maria Hassenhuttel.
It's a privilege and honor to be here today and recognize Courtney. Courtney has been in our department for the last 5 years. She deals with 40 plus faculty colleagues, and as some of you might know, there's some interesting characters in a group of faculty members. And it's really, Courtney is the picture of what we can be so proud of here at UTD, because what she represents is her work ethic is unmatched. She is there, she takes care of all of us, including students, and she also mentors if the new staff members come on. She is there to help and guide them. So Courtney is just outstanding in so many ways. She is this quiet, constant steadiness, keeps us grounded, supports us. We know whatever we ask or what Courtney does, it's done correctly, it's done on time, it's done with high quality. So we really have this sense of, and I think I speak for many here, it feels really nice to know the Hopkins staff member, she has our back. Whatever we don't know, what we need, she finds out, she takes care of it. So it's really this sense of we are taken care of. You take care of all of us. And it's, particularly also this, she really treats everyone with dignity and respect, including students. She thinks ahead, she's proactive, sometimes even she knows what we need before we even ask and takes care of it and points things out. She's constantly, proactive, and she has this service heart. Really, I think that comes across in all interactions. We know she's there to support our department, to have it run well and effectively, and she's even recruiting faculty members. One of our new faculty members that is joining us in the fall, right, at the TDT, we have this initiative where we want to hire the best faculty members. And I was President Benson said at the beginning, as Courtney, our staff members are the first line, that our new faculty members that come here for interviews come across, and I talked to one of the 5 who is joining our department this fall. And she said one of the deciding factors of coming to UTD is it was just like this, all the arrangements with the travel, with the interview, with the dollars, everything was just phenomenally easy and smooth because of Courtney and the refunds, all of those things. So it's really, it's just like this small steps, the details that seem small in the moment, but in the scheme of things is really the big things. And so I cannot say enough about Courtney. You have been awesome, you're amazing, and we are just so fortunate and lucky to have you in our corner because we know we are taken care of. And for that, I appreciate so much. Thank you.
now, staff council's own Michelle Reinhardt will have comments given by Shane Solis.
Good morning. Congratulations to everyone who's received the award today. It's great to see faces that I work with on a regular basis. This is an important award, and I'm so happy to be here today to talk about Michelle. Michelle holds a special place for me and for our program. She's been here for 8 years and a part of a long string of growth in what we do as a group. For the mission of this university. So Michelle comes to us from New Hampshire. She was when we first started our program with lab safety on campus. We were looking for a team. Michelle was one of our first people to join us. One of the first interviews before we had teams. We did a video interview with Michelle, and it was we knew immediately from that interview that Michelle was going to be a part of this group, of this team, and be a part of the success of the program going forward, and she absolutely has been. There's so much that we've learned together. She's been here since the beginning. She's grown. Michelle is focused. She is caring. She is talented. She is powerful. She has done so much to grow herself and be a part of the university's mission that it's hard to put into words the impact that she really provides to our organization, to UTD. It was great to see there was enough this morning, just this morning, I'm reminded of the impact she has when her peers and her colleagues, how many people came up to her and talked to her and gave her things and interacted with her. She embodies what this award is about. She truly cares. She has touched all of our team's hearts, and hopefully if you've interacted with Michelle on staff council, and maybe you have, or anywhere else on campus, you'll understand really what she brings and what she needs to us. She is very special to me. She has been here since the beginning as we have built and gone through a number of changes. As I said, she's a part of that future. She's a part of our today, and we really are pleased and proud to have her as part of our team. She embodies what this CARE Award is for UTD and for the UTD mission, so I'm extremely joyed and pleased to be able to be a part of her journey here. Her journey going forward. Michelle, you deserve this, you are worth this. We are so happy to have you here, being central to this mission here on campus. Thank you for all you do.
I admit a little bit of bias for Michelle. We've been doing each other and worked on staff council for a while, and she is a beloved colleague. So, final round of applause for our Spring 2023 In closing, I would like to thank all who make the CARE Awards possible. Our confidential selection committee comprised of past CARE Award recipients. This year they had a very challenging task because there were 45 nominations with over 60 nomination forms that they had to whittle through to get down to 6 recipients. So thank you that they got to do that. I didn't. I'd like to thank Staff Council Support Deanna Dalal, the staff within the Office of the President and University Events, and I specifically would like to thank Kaylee Barnicoat for working with us. Deanna and I were both on vacation, but we had no problems doing that because we knew that Kaylee had this well in hand. And last but certainly not least, the Chief of Staff, Dr. Raphael Martin. Please help yourself to some refreshments. We're going to do some group photos of our honorees. Once that's done, if you want to use the backdrop for some other photos, you're welcome to. And thank you for joining us today.